Okay, I am going to try this again. This is Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa. Let me check my notebook to make sure that it's landscape and not portrait, which I thought it was. Bear with me for just a minute. I apologize. Let me check my notebook to make sure that it's landscape for just a minute. I apologize. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and go with this, Dolores. It looks like it's still still portrait, but gotta mute my mic. You guys don't need to hear me twice. I'm gonna do something just for kicks and giggles. I'm gonna rotate it now, and let's see what it does, okay? Okay, so I'm refreshing my screen. Thank you for bearing with me here. To make sure that it's landscape. Nope, that's not right either. I need to have it go back the other way. Oh, gracious mercy. Anyway, we're going to go with it this way. It looks like it's not the whole screen, which I was hoping it would be. But at least I'm not sideways. So we'll go with it, guys. I just need to move my wastebasket here so I can kind of cozy up into the corner here. Good evening. Let's start this over. Let's get the party started. A great thing launched today. It was our annual catalog that launched today, May 6th, and it goes for one whole year. And the best part of it launching is now I can show you guys the inside of this beautiful catalog. Hi, Barrett. I see you. Or I see you through the camera anyway. Anyway, so we can show you now the inside of the catalog. I have mailed catalogs to people, and if you did not get yours, let me know, and I'll make sure that you get a catalog. So anyway, so today, this is our new catalog. It went live, and probably there's two exciting things that I want to tell you tonight. I want to show you the new in colors. Right here they are. There should be 5, but the cloud cover pad did not pass the quality control with Stampin' Up. So they took it off the market for customers, but if demos want to take the chance and order it, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Well, I'm one of those demos that I've got to give it a try. So this morning, I placed an order for the cloud cover new in color ink pad, and I know very well, I totally understand that maybe the color will be consistent and maybe it won't be. So, oh, Dolores, I like your comment. I'm skinnier this way. But tonight, I'm not going to show you my face because did you guys see my video earlier today that I did with the beautiful sunrise when I was helping my husband, get ready to go plant more corn? So I thought one visual of me today was enough. So I thought, well, we'll do this video without tonight. Besides that, I've had a busy day and I've worked outside most of the day, so I think it's better that I just don't show my face. But anyway, so I'm really excited to show you these in colors. And I had some little cheat notes that was gonna go up in the corner there if my camera did cooperate, and I'll get it figured out. I'm not worried about it. It's not gonna stop us from having a nice time tonight. So if you have your catalog handy, which is this catalog right here, I'd like you to turn to page 137 in the catalog. And there is 144 pages in the catalog this time, the same as last year's, but it does seem to feel a little thinner. I don't know if they did a different kind of paper or just what they did. But anyway, on page 137, Barrett, do you have your catalog, or can you find Mommy's catalog and look for 137? Barrett likes to follow along with me. So anyway, here are, every 2 years they introduce new colors. So right now we've been enjoying these lighter colors, which they're okay. They're okay. I really liked our outgoing colors that just retired. But anyway, here's our 2025 to 2027 new in colors. So as you can see, it's strawberry slush. Doesn't that sound like a yummy drink? Timid tiger, secret sea, and then darling duckling. Don't you just love those names? Oh, he said no, he doesn't want to look at the catalog. Okay, that's fine. He's probably doing his homework, isn't he? So I told you, hi Marlis, thank you for joining me tonight. I told you there was 2 things that I wanted to share with you tonight. The first thing was the new catalog with the new in colors. The second thing that I want to share with you is that you are invited to a virtual Stampin' Retreat. Now, when I say virtual, this means just what it is, virtual. The Friday night and Saturday sessions will be recorded. So if for some reason you can't attend it that day, you can always go back and look at the recording. But anyway, there is 7 demonstrators from the United States that are putting this together. So we've had an accountability. We've known each other probably, I don't know, almost 3 years. And I finally got to meet, I met one of the accountability partners, Nancy, at Onstage in 24. And then this past Onstage in Raleigh, then I met my other accountability partner, Rita. So I tell you what, after you Zoom every week on a Monday night, for 3 years, you feel like you really get to know them. But then when you meet them in person, wow, it's the real thing. It's the real thing. So, Barrett's wanting to come feed the little bucket calf, Jessie. Okay. Well, I think Dad should be home pretty soon, and Grandma's going to go really fast with this tonight, Barrett. So I'll come help you, okay? So anyway, this virtual retreat, you do need to you do need to register for it, and you need to register by next Monday. So there is a registration link that is on my Tweet Be Happy business page. You can select the registration link, and then it'll take you right to Google Forms, and you will fill out your name and things like that. The retreat is going to be kitted up and mailed to you by us 7 demonstrators. Well, actually, if somebody orders the retreat from me, then I would mail to you the virtual Stampin' Up! Retreat package. So, and then after you register, obviously you're going to be invited to a private Facebook group and also a private YouTube channel. So you'll be able to always go back and look at those things. So any questions, Yeah, Dolores, I know you've registered. We're just trying to kind of get things all situated. Thank you for registering, Dolores. I will be getting back to you. I know you've registered. So anyway, so the deadline to register for this virtual retreat that's going to happen Friday and Saturday, June 13th and 14th, is next Monday, and I believe that date is May 12th. So you'll need to go in and register by then, okay? So the stamp set that I'm going to be showcasing tonight is the stamp set that we are going to be using at the retreat. It is a very, very nice set of, you can purchase just the stamps if you want to on your own. I went ahead and purchased the whole suite, which is called the Floral Impressions. If you'd like to look that up, the number's 165617. It's called Floral Impressions. Now, you do not have to buy that suite to participate in the virtual retreat, but you will need to purchase, if you would like, or I can order for you, the stamp set, which is $20. And that number is 165605. There are dies that go along with it, but we are not going to be, the people participating do not need to have the dies, because we will cut all the cardstock and we will also do all of the dies. The only thing we cannot do is we cannot stamp the dies. So that's why you need to have the stamp set. So this is an online exclusive. You will not find it in the new catalog. And I apologize if that's confusing, because it was to me at first too. I couldn't figure out, I was a catalog girl. I grew up with the Sears Roebuck catalog at Christmas time, paging through it, fighting over it with my 5 siblings, and that's just how we grew up. That was our wish list. Well, with technology and stuff nowadays, you don't need to have, well, you do need to have the catalog, but you don't necessarily need to have the catalog because everything is online. So for tonight, when I was preparing for this video, this is the card that we are going to make tonight. What do you think? I'm going to use some of the in colors, so that's why I started out, with the in colors, and then we'll be using that beautiful impression stamp set. So I kind of lost my thought where I was going with that. But anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. So let's go ahead and get started making the card tonight. I did make this card, and what color do you think that is, Barrett? Which one does it match with? Secret Sea? Darling Duckling? Strawberry Slush? Or Timid Tiger? Yes, you're right. It is the Timid Tiger. It's an orange. I didn't think I was an orange girl, but I tell you what, this color is really, really growing on me. I got the idea, the layout for this card. I want to give credit to Casing Tuesday Sketches. It's sketch number 511. This is a Facebook group that I know at least 2 Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. It's their group that they run, and it's their way of sharing with other demos and with their customers, whoever needs a jump start in creating. They've been doing this, I don't know. I can't say. It's many years. I absolutely love it. I try to do their sketch every Tuesday, and I don't always get it done. But when I do that sketch, wow, it just helps my mojo get going. So there again, it is Casing Tuesday Sketches, and this is number 511. That was for today. And I am using the in colors that are found on page 137. And if we have enough time tonight, I am going to start a little program on color personalities, which is a couple of pages before that on page 134. Our catalog that we just, that just went live, there is so much in that catalog. You find ideas, like for example, this Casing Tuesday sketch, the actual sketch was in the catalog on page, let's see here. I have it. I thought I wrote it down in my notes here. Okay. Oh, I know. They just referred to it as the page 134, the color personalities. That's what they used. And that's how I found out about that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to use the in colors. So do you want to get started? This card was made from, 2 8.5 by 11 sheets of cardstock. And this is all I have left of one sheet. That's quite a bit. I can, save all those little pieces. Those little pieces are good for embellishments. Look at here. They're good for a little color splash right there. So save your scraps. The piece of DSP that we're using tonight is this gorgeous, gorgeous sheet out of the Floral Impressions DSP. And I could show you all the colors, but I'm so excited just to get started making this card. So this is side A, and this is side B. So I was originally going to, on our second card that I'm going to demo for you tonight, I was originally going to use side B, but those flowers got me. I have to use, I can't cover up that pretty DSP. So let's get these ink pads out of the way. I guess I'm gonna need to have a couple of them. One thing, let me just run this by you if you do not know. We are going to be using the Strawberry Slush cardstock, which is this right here. These ink pads arrive sealed in plastic. So you will need to, take your scissors and slice that plastic off, okay? After you've done that, did you know on the back of each ink pad, it has these languages, okay? Well, tonight we're going to use the first one. We're going to use the fourth one, and then we're going to use this plain one too. So let me show you how I do this. So with your, take your pick tool, pry up the first label, which is right like this, and you're going to use that label for the front of your ink pad, something like this. This is hard to do when you're not on camera, so you can about imagine what it's like when you're on camera. Oh my goodness. So it's just a sticker and there, okay? So as you look in your stack of ink pads, you can right away see what color that is. Okay, the next one, I'm going to skip to the very bottom one. Okay, this one is going to go inside of your ink pad. So you open up your ink pad and you're going to put it right here in this little well. So when you have several ink pads open, you can see what color this ink pad is. Did you guys know that? Has everybody done that before? then what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to close this again. Remember, there was 3 labels that we were going to use tonight. So you're going to go and get, look at those different languages. So we're going to go and get this one right here. And if you hold the light just right, you can see where the division is. So you're going to open this back up. And wouldn't it be nice, nice to have another little cheat sheet right here? So you can put the 3rd one right here on this ink pad. So you not only have this color here, but you also have this label. And then obviously when you close your ink pad, you're going to have it on the outside. And then you'll see that one too. Isn't that neat? I don't know how long they've been doing this 3rd label, probably forever, but I just noticed it, I don't know, this last year or so. Okay, so let's get on with our card that we're making tonight. Our card base, there again, this is the extra card stock that's left over from this card. I'm going to put it back because we're going to use that for another card on another day. So this is the card base, and I had originally, remember I told you that I was going to use side B? Well, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to have the pretty side up. So I am going to bring up my silicone sheet. I have discovered that this works the best for me. I love Seal Plus. Who likes Seal Plus? I was trying to read the comments, but I can't do both things at once. So go ahead. If your tape doesn't start, and look at here. Oh, it's starting now. Just run it on the silicone mat, and it will start it. So make sure that your card is going to open up to the right side. Kind of turn it at an angle and apply. Excuse me, just a minute. Excuse me. Why do things like that happen? Make sure that if your DSP is a directional DSP, that you put it the right side up. So we're going to go ahead and put it right there. If you look at that sketch, you know, the Casing Tuesday sketch number 511, when they did their sample, they had the DSP right down the center of the card. So you can do it exactly like they have it, or you can, you know, do it like you would like to do it. The next layer is, again, strawberry slush. I have embossed it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can. There's an embossing folder that comes when you purchase the big suite. And what we're going to do with this is, remember there was that little bit of Timid Tiger. Remember on this card, this was Timid Tiger and a little bit of the strawberry slush stuck out or peeked out. Well, we're going to do the same concept with this one. And what I'm going to do is, who has a silicone sheet? Who doesn't have a silicone sheet? These things are just a lifesaver. You can apply, there again, there's a little bit of, you know, I want the embossing side, not the debossing side. So, and then you just kind of roll this over. But did you notice that it didn't stick to my adhesive mat? That's double-sided tape. It didn't stick to it. So use this, or you could use your glass mat too. I've just gotten used to using my silicone mat, and so I've continued to do that. So we are going to put that about right there. Make sure you get it as straight as possible. I like to have, you know, a little bit of dimension on my cards. So we are going to be using some dimensionals tonight. These are double-sided adhesive. They hold very, very well. and kind of take your nail and make a little indentation in the backing, and then take your pick tool and just lift them off. I don't have nails, so this little take your pick tool is a really, really necessary tool for me. Last I knew, I think this was like $10. Very, very worthwhile. So then our next, so we have our card base, and we've got the DSP, which is the second layer. Now we are going to put the third and fourth layer on. So isn't that beautiful, just like that? Ooh, I think it is too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little piece of white paper, and we're going to do some stamping. I have found when you use the photopolymer stamps, pull out your, what's this called? Girls, can someone tell me what this is called? It's called, it's like a pad. It's a cushion. Why can't I ever think of that? Anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to stamp with this beautiful Impressions of Bloom stamp set. Another thing I might tell you too is that if you look up the Casing Tuesday card sketch 511 for today, all of this stuff was Timid Tiger. You know, even the flowers are Timid Tiger. I think they used the side B on here. I wanted to play with the in colors. This is probably, I'm going to say this is probably my first time. It is my first time because I just opened up these ink pads tonight. So at our next class, which is May 23rd, this is going to be a card similar to what we're making, because I want the class participants to play with those new in colors. Okay, so we have this little piece of white paper, which is going to be the true focal point of our card. So when I start out with a stamp set, and especially with the new in colors, I don't know what I'm going to like. What I like may not be what Dolores likes. It may not be what Marla likes, or it may not be what Deb likes. We all have our own eyes. We all have our own taste. And that's the beauty of stamping with demo sisters and brothers. You get more ideas from them, or you get additional ideas, and that kind of takes me into it, but we're not going to talk about it on this live. But that's where these color personalities come in on page 134 and 135. It's like, for example, tonight we are using the orange. Well, actually, I probably better do the strawberry slush, which is a red or a pink. It says here that red is bold and pink is romantic. These two colors are similar but represent completely different emotions. Looking for something sensitive and charming? Go with the pink. Want something with a bit more ambition and power? Red is the color for you. Now, I find that very interesting. It's just another way we use color, isn't it, you guys? So so take a few minutes and look at that if you'd like. On this sheet here, I did samples of Secret Sea. I did samples of Ugly Duckling, Timid Tiger, and then Strawberry Slush. Strawberry Slush was the first color that I tried. So you can tell that I took up a lot of room. And then by the time I got to Timid Tiger, I thought, oh, we got to make it straight. My OCD kicked in. And then when I was doing the Ugly Duckling, I went, oh my gosh, Secret Sea is going to be cheated out. But nope. I call it a he. But nope, he made it in fine glory. And if you run out of the front when you're doing different things, remember, there's always a back side. So what I did here, and I hope you guys will play with a little bit of these colors too, is, for example, we're using the strawberry slush card base. Well, when I got ready to stamp the flowers on this little piece of white paper, I did not know how to do it. I didn't know if I needed to do a solid of the, there's 2 flowers that come in this set. There is one that's got fancy little edges on it, which is something like this one right here. And then there's just a plain one. Well, I did not know how dark that strawberry slush was going to be on white. So I thought I better play with the inks, and I love doing that. Does anybody else do that? Stamp and pierce mat. That's right, Dolores. Thank you. Oh, that is that's a savior for me. The rubber stamps have rubber, and you get a very, very distinct impression. And I believe that the what was this called again? I already lost the comment. Oh, pierce mat. Pierce mat helps with that. So anyway, getting back to this sheet of paper, I spent way too much time doing this, but I couldn't really get the colors, the layers that I wanted just using the strawberry slush. So I thought, oh heck, I'm going to try some Timid Tiger. So this is a second generation of the Timid Tiger. This was the first generation. See how much darker that is there? And then when you stamp it without inking it again, that's what that looks like. So I thought that was kind of fun. I tried Memento Black a couple of times. I'm not going to give up yet. But anyway, then there's some beautiful leaf impressions too. There's like a solid leaf, and then there's one with little, like little lines in it. Can you see the lines? That is beautiful. So I've learned to stamp the lines first and then do the solid leaf or the solid stamp second generation. I have good luck doing that. I'd be interested in knowing how it works out with you guys. Here is Ugly Duckling. Isn't that a different color yellow? I like it. I like it almost better second generation right here. And so that's second generation Ugly Duckling and first generation of the Timid Tiger, which is this right here. So now this is not the same stamp. This is the solid one, and then this is the one that's got the lines in it. So anyway, I found that kind of interesting. I'll take a picture of that and put it on my website. So continuing with what we're doing here now, we're going to take the strawberry slush, and then we're going to, I got to think here now what I did. I didn't do this that long ago. I should be able to remember, shouldn't I? So I think what I did is well, let's look at my cheat notes here. I did second generation and then first generation. So of the solid one, I did second generation. So what that would be, and I hope I don't make a mistake, is you'd stamp off, that'd be the first generation, and then the second generation would be the stamping off like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reach over here on my, this glass mat came with a little chamois, and I keep it in one of the stamp cases so it stays nice in there. Okay, so we stamped that in second generation, which means I stamped it 3 times right there, tapped it 3 times in the ink, stamped off in the back, and then without re-inking it, then I stamped the second generation. Okay, this is going to be the first generation, and when you line this up, do you see how there's 3 leaves right there together? look on your stamp for those same 3 leaves. Oh, it's off the camera. Okay. And then press down on those 3 leaves. And I'll try to get it as close as possible. Whoa, what do you think? Do you like that? I think that's beautiful. That is the beautiful strawberry slush. And then in carrying out the Casing Tuesday card, I'm going to put, I have a little piece of scratch paper here. I don't want to get my my piercing mat all inky. So this is a stem right here. I think I'll be okay, but because I've got a little bit of ink, did you see on my block there? Hey, it worked good, didn't it? So take that stem, and then I would like to highly recommend that you clean your stamps off right away. Unless you're doing, 10 cards, getting ready for a swap or whatever. Just take the few minutes to do that. Okay, now, next I'm going to do the leaf. And this is the lined, with the veins in it. So that's the one leaf. And then here is the other leaf. And doesn't that look pretty? Now, it almost looks like it's filled in, doesn't it, already? But watch this. Okay, we're going to stamp off. And then second generation would be to stamp on top. Whoa. Do you see the difference between that leaf and that leaf? This is the one that I just stamped with the plain, the solid, and this is the unstamped. The unstamped one is beautiful too, isn't it? But, hey, we got the stamps, so let's use them. Uh-oh. Did you see what Darla just did? I forgot to stamp off and do second generation. So it's pretty dark, but guess what? On our card here, we can cover that up, can't we? There is no mistakes in stamping. No mistakes. You can always fix them. So, while I am got my my stamp, I was going to close my ink pad so that no accidents happen. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'm always needing thank you cards. But you could do I appreciate you. You could do I appreciate you so very much. You could do 2 lines. You could say I appreciate you for being there. You could put like I appreciate you on the front of your card. And then you could do for being there inside of your card. We are going to do the thanks tonight. So 1, 2, 3. Kind of look at it to see. I think I'm going to do it one more time. And then just go straight down. Hold it there for a little bit and then straight up. What do you think of that font? Isn't that pretty? Okay. We are almost done. What time is it? Okay. We're doing good on time. But I don't want to be too much longer. So we're going to go ahead and close this ink pad up. This is the brand new strawberry slush. Makes me want to go make a strawberry foo-foo drink. How about you guys? So let's go ahead and finish this card now. I am a Winkastella girl, so I am going to take my Winkastella pen and just make some glitter on this. Okay. That dries pretty fast, so you don't need to be worried about that. I can see on my card sample here that I just glued it flat to the card because if you're mailing this card, you do want to be cognizant of how thick your card is getting. So we're going to put some flowers on it, so it's going to get pretty thick. So, okay, so apply that layer right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th layer is now being put on. Now, when you make this card, remember how pretty it was without that, 5th layer we just put on there? You could just put a thank you on it, and that would be would be very nice. Or you could, you know, eliminate this. There's just so much you can do. I like to kind of break down the fibers in the sentiments when I do them. So I am going to, for right now, just go ahead and put some Seal Plus on the back of this because I don't want the card to get too thick for mailing purposes. So I have to have everything straight. I know that flowers are going to cover that corner up, so that's okay. But I do need to have it extend out a little bit and almost match that DSP over there. And since it's kind of floppy, let's just do it. Let's just do it right now. Let's take a dimensional and just put it under this part of the sentiment, because that part, I want to have the sentiment level with the rest of the card. Does that make sense? So thank you for the compliment on the beautiful stamping. Stampin' Up! Does all the work for us, don't they? They do the coordination of the products. They do the stamps. I mean, we're just here to have a good time. Okay, you want to see something very, very neat? Look at these beautiful little die cuts that you can get. And when we do the virtual retreat, if there's any die cuts that are on one of the 7 demonstrators cards, you will get these die cuts already cut. So tonight, what we're doing is we're using a big flower. There again, gonna break the papers down, because have you ever seen a flat flower? I haven't. They're usually, you know, curly, whatever, you know, blowing in the wind. And I used a little flower before. Oh, here's my, I know I've talked to you guys about this before, but this is a little parts thing that I rubbed, that I asked my husband, because he had several of these. It's a magnetic thing, and it's really actually for dies. So when you get done doing your die cuts, you throw them in here until you get them back on their sheet. It's very, very handy. So let's go ahead and let's finish this card up by putting on some beautiful flowers. I think most of these I put on with glue dots because I was afraid of the thickness. Who loves glue dots? It's another way of adhering things to a card, and they're pretty good about sticking. There again, did you see how I laid that down on my silicone mat? If I'm not quite sure where everything is going to go, use that silicone mat. It's there. Use it. So we're going to go ahead. You don't want to cover up your thanks. So we're going to go and put that about right there. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this little flower at. On this one here, I kind of tucked it behind, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that now. So I think I'm going to put it down here. Change it up, right? Why do it the same way twice? You know, it's that time of year, spring. We have so much greenery. So let's go ahead and really jazz this card up by using this big thing of greenery on our card. So now this is pretty fragile. As far as, fragile isn't the right word. Probably intricate is a better word. Can you see how beautiful that die is cut? It's got little spaces in there, and it was just a charm to run through the die cutting machine. Sometimes we have dies that just aren't fun to use. So let's go ahead. So go ahead and put that down there. Reattach the flower, because I didn't press real hard because I didn't know. Actually, this glue dot is not playing nice. Let's do another one. I don't know if, I think I tore the paper. I was too rough with it. So then put this one right here. Okay. What do you guys think? Okay. We need just a tish more green. So let's put this in here. I'd like to use that long stem, but I'm not sure where I could fit that at. But given some time, I might figure it out. There again, we don't want to cover up our thanks. What do you think? Do you like that? Isn't that fun? It's like putting a puzzle together. And this is the little stem that I was wanting to use, but I'm not going to use it tonight. So the last and the final thing that we do with any card is, if you like to put some sparkle on it, now's your chance to do that. In this same suite that was included, the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. As another tip, when I open this up, I cut it on the side right here, because I find it, I don't have patience to undo that tape all the time. And also, in addition, did you know that there's gems underneath of this flap? Well, heck, slide them in on top. And then that way you can see all the colors that you have. So you can see the strawberry slush, they're ombres. They go from dark to light. So what should we do on this card? Last time I used the pearl ones on this from this set. And also, did you know that, and this is something else I learned from watching another demo, is this is clear. So if you really don't know what color you want to put on your card, you can just place that over your card, and then you can do that. Okay, we need to put one in the center there. And then last time, after I don't like that one. I'll move that one. But this one is a little bit better. Let's move this one. These, if you take them off right away, you can move them around. But what I wanted to do is one of the little tiny die cuts is the center of the flower. Let me see if I can find it here. I have some. Here it is. Maybe it's going to be too big. Look at this little tiny. Actually, this is the larger of the centers. There was one that was smaller than this. So, but you know what? I'm going to put that right there. And guess what color that is? Can anybody guess? It's an in color. Can you guess what color this is? Okay, if you guess the missing color, the missing cloud cover, that's what this is. Isn't that beautiful? So it's the color of sky. Well, cloud cover makes me think it's the color of sky, but it has gray in it, but blue in it. It's just really beautiful. Thank you for the compliments again, Dolores. Yes, isn't this just a fun card? And this is with the, like I said earlier, tonight we have been using the Floral Impressions Suite. And I am part of a retreat on June 13th and 14th. And you do not need to purchase the suite, but you will need to have the stamp set, because you will be doing flowers like we did tonight. So you can, practice your colors on a piece of white cardstock. Someday when you need something really wild and exciting to do, try doing this. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to wrap things up right now. This is Darla Tweeten, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa, and I hold classes in my home, and I am going to be doing some online things too. So those of you guys that do make a purchase tonight, I'm going to throw out a deal that if you spend $50 on in my store, buying anything you want, it can be from the new catalog, it can be an online exclusives, it can be scrapbooking, it can be from the old annual catalog and the old mini that just retired. But remember, they are available while supplies last. So So like I said, I'm just going to write a note down, because you know how it is when you write a note down and you, write it down, you remember it better. So if you spend $50 in my online store before next Tuesday night, which is 5/13, right? Because the deadline for the retreat is 5/12. I will send you a card kit to make 4 of this layout. They will be different DSPs. They will be different in colors. But if you spend $50 with me, I will send you a kit to make 4 cards. Okay? Now there again, if there's any stamping involved or anything like that, I cannot do that for you. But I will also send a PDF with the card kit, so you'll know what it is. So that's our deal tonight. Take a gander with your coffee in the morning on these color personalities. Decide what personality you are, and if there's a special message you want to send to your recipient, you would need to, consider that perhaps. But yet, if they don't know about it, that's okay. So anyway, this is Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa, and I am gonna go for now, and I hope you've enjoyed this card. And if you happen to make this card, share it with me on the Tweet Be Happy. I would love to see your creation. God bless.